This is Doug Ames. I'm here to make a quick review and show you the amp research Power Steps XL version for my 2018 Ram 2500. So as you can see, right, they're pretty concealed. I previously had the stock ones, which I've got on the ground right here. These are the stock ones I had. The extended ones that went up to the tail, or the bed rather. So if you go ahead and check it out, so you open the door, right? Boom, they drop down. Pretty nice drop. These are the 9-inch drops from Amp Research. So they all hook up underneath here, right? You have two lights, both sides. You can't really see right now because it's kind of daytime, but they do light up really well. Pretty good step. Significantly wider than my previous one. As you can see, it's probably closer to 5.5, 6 inches wide versus these stock ones, which are pretty narrow. So I can actually wrap my whole hand around there, and I'm a pretty average sized guy. So the cool things about these, so for one, they're really, really strong. Two, the grip is like way better than the previous ones. The previous ones would slip. These actually are pretty smart too. I got the plug-and-play version, which plugs in the OBD port underneath your dash. You close the door, right? So you give them a second, they retract. Boom. And they actually have pretty nice clearance too. The only thing you'll see is you can see that the black ridge. That's the only thing that you really notice. I actually have more clearance now because my truck was already lifted than previous. It's pretty nice. So I think they look pretty sharp on my truck, and I did it through 4-wheel parts, which I really like 4-wheel parts. So just pop right open, and that's either door. It doesn't matter which ones you do. Let them close so you can see this. Yeah, so even if you open up the rear doors, they also open up equally as quickly. So I got a bunch of kids stuff in my truck. Sorry. But yeah. So we'll go in here, I'll show you where they're plugged in right now. So right now it's plugged into the OBD port underneath the dash. So I got the plug and play version. There is a hardwired version you can do instead. It just depends on your personal preference. I'm also getting the 1 to 2 connection port. So you can actually see all the part numbers and everything on here too if you want to look at that. And that's for my 2018 Ram 2500. Yeah, so I'm actually getting the connection port that gets you a 1 to 2, so that'll make it a little bit easier. So I'll go ahead and hide this up in the dash later on, and I'll have the other portion here so I can plug in my tuner. And I also use a hum to give me Wi-Fi on my truck. My truck didn't come with Wi-Fi, so I use trips. But yeah, you can see in relation to the height of the tire, I'm running 37s, so it gives you good perspective. But now I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can sell these. The only bummer to this is that it doesn't actually go towards the bed, but I realized after I lifted my truck that I don't really even use it anymore. It's so tall. I did this because my wife's like 5 foot, and she was having a hard time getting up in it before. Now my kids, 5 and 3, are able to actually climb in my truck pretty easy. I'm running a 7-inch lift from Fabtech on 37-inch tires, 22-inch rims. So you can see I have a lot of clearance. It looks pretty sharp, really concealable. It took 4 parts about an hour to put it in, and that's not that bad. So everything installed with it was like $1,500, which really isn't that bad when you price the steps. So I highly recommend 4 parts. I'm not sponsored by anybody or anything like that. It's just what I use, just because they're just so quick and efficient. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or need to see anything specific about the Amp Research steps, the reason I'm putting this video is because when I went to look for them on my specific Ram, I couldn't find anything. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, just comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'd be more than happy to just help somebody else find out what they're looking for. These are the XLs. This is a 9-inch drop. The other version they have is just the straight up Power Steps. Those are 6-inch drop. The only thing I have noticed with this, for any of you guys looking into it with lifted trucks, so the height difference when it comes to from here to the floor is kind of a lot. That's the only downside of this that I've actually noticed. but I wouldn't even say that's a downside if you're okay with that. My other steps before, my stock one sat where this black step was, and it was such a high step up that, I mean, we're talking like high knee in it up into my truck. So now it's actually relatively comfortable. So this just happened today. So if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely just put in the comment thing, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I'd be more than happy to hear any suggestions for my truck if you guys are interested. Thank you guys for your time.